Yachtstock, and I am here today. I have the distinct honor and pleasure of interviewing the infamous and invincible Vince Papale.
Yes, I love that. Well, my privilege and honor is to be talking down here in Jupiter, Florida, talking with you and Yachtstock and my buddy George Spicer. I've
Yes.
known forever from our
Let's
Interboro
dish about
Delco days.
George. First, let's talk about Yachtstock and your involvement over the years with Yachtstock.
Well, it's been a while actually since I was there for the last event, and that's when George had invited me, told me all about it, and we were getting involved. And by the way, I just want everybody to know that George is in the Interboro Hall of Fame, and that's on Interboro High School.
Inducted at the same time.
I guess so. You know, I'm on the wall of shame, but he's in the wall of fame. So anyway, so George, you know, and who would have thought it, you know, from our days when I was teaching and coaching and got involved with George, and to see how community involved he would get involved in the community. Bro, from 68 until 74, until I started, and that changed my whole life. Gave me the opportunity to hang. Well, I mean, I guess because of that, they wouldn't have just invited me if I was a school teacher out to the one of the original Yachtstocks.
Right.
And I do remember my children were there. I wish I could find the pictures there. You know, my kids came out there.
Yeah.
I was blown away, you know, with the stage and the development of the whole thing, and right there near the Corinthian and, you know, spot. I knew the Walbers and the Delaware forever. It was like the spot to go to when we were growing up there, and the vision that he had, and of course the great cause. You know, that at that point was leukemia, and he's just ventured on. And me having been a 21 is when I had my surgery for colon cancer. 2001.
Wow.
And yeah. So, you know, it was quite touching to be there and to sign all the autographs and to meet everybody, and, you know, just do whatever you can do. You know, Tiffany, I always say, you know, make a difference today with tomorrow in mind, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So, you know, what can you do? What can you do to make a difference? And that's what you're doing. That's what George is doing. And that's what the whole board of directors for Yachtstock is doing. And it's something you should be very, very proud of.
And all the people that come out to support us the day of. I hope that people realize what a difference you can make just by attending an event like this. We're supporting it as a sponsor or a volunteer.
I agree, and it's been rough. I wish I could have gotten to more, and I thought I was going to be so close to being there this year. I reside in Jupiter, Florida, but I haven't given up my Pennsylvania roots. I do have a house in the Queen Village section of Philly, where my son Vinny, who's chasing his football dream, is living right now.
And how do you feel about the Eagles this year?
Well, I'm sort of have ambivalent feelings. Everything looks good on paper, you know. And but Tiffany, like, you know, in anything, you've got to perform, and, you know, you got to get it done, and everybody's got to do the job, and, you know, they've got to stay healthy. I worry about the healthy side of things, because the training camp is pretty soft. I mean, you know, these guys complain that, oh my God, I can't believe it was so hard. Well, they never experienced a Dick Vermeil training camp, you know, at Widener, 2.5 hour practices in heat, full pads, full tempo.
So you think they're a little too soft on the guys in training camp?
I don't believe it. I know it. They're too soft. The NFL and the Players Association is, you know, football is a contact sport. It's military. You know, I mean, you got to go and you got to teach how to bang and be banged, and you know, they cut it back, and then the first real contact. Hey, that's me. That's old school. That's cranky old Vince. You know, but one of the great things that Doug Peterson did, I was saying I do Zoom casts, you know, and I do this and that, and I always have the replica of the Super Bowl trophy, and you know, they had their motto was next man up, because they had so many players out with injury, and yet somehow, you know, they hung on there, you know, and they beat the Patriots. I don't know.
Delco, besides Yachtstock, what do you miss most about Delco?
You know what? I just miss the passion. Yeah. And when I want to visit Delco, and I'm not visiting Delco during the summer, I go to Sea Isle City, and it's just like walking down McDade Boulevard or Chester Pike when you're going out walking the beach. It's so great. I love it. It's so Delco. And
what would you want to tell people about attending Yachtstock?
For anybody out there that wants to know about Yachtstock, if you're a music lover, you're going to love it. If you like being near the water or on the river and a great sight, You're right there. You're right next to the Corinthian on the Delaware River. It's just spectacular. If your family, go there with your family. If you want to go with whomever you want to go with, just go and have a good time. But don't forget, and like I said earlier, make a difference today with tomorrow in mind. And it's because what you're going to do is you're going to help out those with cancer. And that's such an important cause. And me being an over 21-year-old, a 21-year cancer survivor, that's so very important to me. But it's a day of joy, and it's a day of everybody coming together, and it's a day of celebration. I always like to say, win the day, because when you go and you see when you go to Yachtstock, you have won the day. You're just going to see joy and excitement and happiness and love like you've never seen before. The good things that you can do to help others. And, if you want to know what your legacy is, make sure that I cared about other people, because I'm so privileged and so lucky to be where I am right now, regardless of whatever your race, color, creed, sex, anything. Just go and be a part of something very, very special.
And I can't thank you enough for everything that you've done over the years, and for still, even though you're in Florida, still taking the time to help us get the word out about Yachtstock. So please just support our cause any way you can. Yachtstock.org.